Okay, let's have a look at this. So it says solve the following equations. So these ones look a bit yuckier than before, but they're not really. So let's have a think of this. This is our x plus 4, and it's a divide by 3. So we have to think about what we're doing. This divide by 3, when we take it to the opposite side, when we take it over here, what's the opposite to divide by 3? Is times 3. So I'm going to write down my x plus 4. Now when I took this over to this side, 3 divided by 3 is 1, so that's why we get rid of it. And then we got 2 times 3. So I'm going to just write this down again. So I get x plus 4, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so now let's look at the next step. So we've got it down to here. So these are ones that we've done before. So we've got x plus 4 on this side. What's the opposite to x plus 4? When we take it over, it becomes a minus 4 when we take it over that way. So I end up with my plus 4, take 4 is 0, so I'm left with my x on this side, and I get 6 take 4. So my x in the end equals 6 take 4 is 2. So there we go. And I can double check that because I can put if I think about that, 2 plus 4 equals 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so I get my answer over there. Let's have a look at this one here. So I've got my x plus 11, everything divided by 5. So it's this part here that I've got to get rid of first. So this is a divide by 5. Take it over the other side. What's the opposite to divide by 5 is times 5. So let's have a look. So I'm going to write my x plus 11 down, and then I've got my 7 times 5. So I've got my x plus 11. What's 7 times 5? Is 35. So now I look at this. I've got my x plus 11. So it's a plus 11 on this side. When I take it over to that side, it becomes a negative. So I take it over to this side, it becomes a negative, or take away 11. It was a plus 11 on this side. That side becomes a take away. So I end up with x equals 35 take 11. So my x equals 35 take 11. 1 take 5 is 4. And 3 is 24. So my answer is 24. So hopefully that'll give you enough to start on these ones. There's a few with decimals, so you might need to use your calculator, but you should be able to work them out in your head. Okay, so good luck with them. Okay, let's have a look at this. Now we've got 6 take away b equals 4. If I can use my common sense with this, 6 take something equals 4, I know that's going to be 2. Okay, so you can use your head. Okay, but how do we work it out mathematically? Before we start, I'm going to put a 1 there and I'm going to put a little plus here. So I know that take away b, there's really 1b there, so I'm going to put the 1 in front of it. And this 6, I'm going to put a positive there. So I want to keep the b on this side. As I said, there's lots of different ways to do it, but this is the way I'm going to show you. It follows the same pattern as what we've been doing. So this here, I'm going to positive 6, I'm going to take it over to that side. So when I take plus 6 over to this side, the opposite is negative 6. So I'm left with my minus 1b equals now 4 take away 6. You see I've got this up here, so I can use my number line. So here's 4 take 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I end up at negative 2. So I end up with minus 1b equals negative 2. Okay, now this is why I put that 1 in the front. So if I look at this, this is negative 1b. So that's like times minus 1. So when I take it over to this side, it becomes a divide negative 1. So I end up with b equals negative 2 divided by negative 1. And if you remember, going way back to our positives and negatives, that equals positive 2. Okay? So it's a bit trickier, but it's following the same steps. Now let's have a look at this one over here. What's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to put a 1 in front of that because I know it's 1b, and I'm going to put a little plus in front of that. Okay, so let's have a look at this. I've got my positive 13, take it over to this side, becomes negative 13. Okay, so take that over to there, becomes negative 13. So I've got my minus or negative 1b equals 8, take 13. So I look at it on here, there's my 8, take 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I get my negative 1b equals negative 5. Okay, so this was a negative 1 times negative 1. Take it over to this side, becomes a divide by negative 1. Okay, so I get my b equals negative 5 over negative 1, which equals positive 5, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay, why I did it that way is because when we get to these ones, it's already got the negative 2b in front of it. So it's following the same pattern. Let's have a look. All I've got to do, I think this is a positive, okay? When I take it over to that side, take it over to this side, it becomes a negative 17. So I write my negative 2b equals 9, take 17. So negative 2b equals 9, take 17. So I've got 9, colour what I do now, do red. 9, take 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's negative 8. Now you can do that in your head. You can do it on your calculator. You can do it all sorts of ways. But using a number line, you've all got your number line, so that helps. Okay, so now I look at this part here. So I've got down to this step. So I've got negative 2 times b, negative 2 times b. Okay, so 2b means times, and it's just a negative out the front. So when it's a times 2b, when I take it over to this side, it's got to be a divide by negative 2. So I end up with b equals negative 8 divided by negative 2. Negative and negative is a positive. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so I can do a double check with all of these as well, just to make sure I'm on the right track. So if I put that 2 in there, 6 take 2 equals 4. Correct. If I put my 5 in here, 13 take 5 equals 8. Correct. If I put this in here, 4 times 2 is 8, 17 take 8 is 9. So you can always do a double check. Okay, so hopefully that'll get you started on these ones. They're not as straightforward, okay, but just keep following your steps. Okay, good luck. Okay, in actual fact, these ones are a little bit simpler than the other ones because they've all got your X out the front. Okay, so let's have a look at this. I've got my X plus 11. For plus 11, when I take it over that side, becomes a negative 11. So I end up with my X equals 6 take 11. Now you can do it in your head or you can use your number line. So if we think about my number line, I start with 6 and I take away 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I end up with negative 5. Okay, so X equals negative 5. So with all the other ones we've had positive answers. With these ones we're going to get some negative answers. Okay, so let's have a look at this next one. So we've got this. It's a positive 14 on this side. Take it over to that side. What do I get? It becomes a negative. So let's see. Take it over to that side. Was a positive. so it becomes a negative 14. Got my x by itself, so 3 take 14, what's that going to equal? So I can start at my 3, go back that way 14, you can count them back or you can use it in your head and it'll be negative 11. Okay, I'm going to jump down to where we got G. So let's have a look at G. I've got x take 5 equals negative 5. Okay, so I've got my negative 5 on this side, take it across to that side, and it becomes a plus 5. So that my x equals negative 5 plus 5. So x equals, now let's think about this. I'm pretty sure that I know what the answer is, but I can use my number line for just in case. So I'm going to start at negative 5. I'm going to plus 5 to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got to 0. So that was pretty easy, but you'll find for some of these, so for E, you're going to start, when it comes over to this side, becomes a plus 8. So you're going to start at negative 10, and then you're going to plus 8 to it. Okay, so see how you go with those. Good luck.